Hello everyone, we are back with one of the most important session for Review 01 where we tell you how you can get started with technical writing and who better to guide us than somebody who does it and earns money from it. So I'll just let Nikhil Mishra take the stage.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikhil Mihra. Currently, I'm working as a backend developer at P9 Technology, and today I will be talking about how you all can get started with technical writing. So yeah, let's get started. So let's first of all see what exactly is technical writing. होता क्या है? Uh, so I will be starting with basically there are a lot of type of writing. Okay, content writing, copywriting, and all those things. So when any one of you when you as you all are students, like I am expecting you all to be engineering students, you're learning something. For example, you are learning a tech stack, maybe Python, JavaScript, or Java, or any other thing, anything. So when you are documenting your journey, whatever you are learning, maybe you have learned a lesson, you learned a topic, you have learned system design, computer networking, any of those things, and you are documenting it in a form of article, this thing will be considered as a technical writing. So basically, as you can see in the slide, it's a document process, software manuals, all those things. Yeah, and I guess everyone of you is learning, so you must be following some documentations, right? So all those documentations which are uploaded somewhere, they all come into the category of technical articles only. So yeah, that is what technical articles or technical writing is. So let's move ahead. Okay, so why does it matter? I think uh, many of you have this question that why should I write it? मुझे क्या इसको करने से मैं क्यों लिखूँ? I'm learning something. I will be doing DSA. I will be doing development, and I will be cracking internships and jobs and all those things. Yeah, that makes sense. But let's understand why technical writing matters. So first of all, as you can see there, these are three important points like enhance understanding. Of course, you are writing something. If you are writing something, if you are explaining it to your audience, you need to have deep understanding in those topics, right? So if you don't have a deep understanding in those topics, if you don't know what you are learning, what the topic is, of course you will not be able to write about it. So if you are writing about something, you are also learning those things. That is a very important point. And the second point which I mentioned here is professional growth. Of course, those things like whatever you are writing, your topics you are studying, and you are writing on. If you are writing on a regular basis, then those documents are helping you to grow, right? If you like, it's just normal, like uh, you are studying something, and you are writing it for a broader audience, which means that you are also learning from it. Your personal growth is also happening. Like if you are for example, if you are writing in a series, for example, if you are learning JavaScript, you're writing about JavaScript articles in a series. This also shows to a viewer or to a possible person who can recruit you that yeah, this person is learning all those things and he has documented his journey. So you are more trustworthy because you have a proof of work. And third and very important point is network and collaboration. In my case only, because of my articles, I have got a few chances to work as a technical writer for a company named Black Slate. Few person reached me out, who one person works in Swiggy SD intern. So this type of network which you get by writing these articles, by publishing it on different platforms, Hashnode, Medium, and Dev.to. There are a lot of platforms, you can choose any. So this will also give you a network where you can collaborate with like-minded peoples, and where you can get reach, and those peoples are going to help you in future, right? They will be going to refer you somewhere, or probably if their company is hiring, if they're opening a new startup, they know that you do this stuff. So of course you will be able to do the work. So now let's move ahead. Okay, so uh, I was taking a session in my college a few weeks ago, and there was this very much confusion between how exactly is technical writing different from blog writing and all those things. So see, basically, technical writing is a strict way of writing article, okay, and blog writing, I will not say casual, but I will say yes, blog writing can be a bit different. So let me show you an example of uh, how is how is blog writing. See, these are my articles which I have published. Black Slate, this is the company which I used to work. So see, these all are in a very strict, I have followed a strict structure, and all those things. See, I have used codes, code examples. There is a proper guidance, okay. I think this falls into the category of technical writing, strict technical writing, where there is a strict structure and you guys are following it for a audience who understand those stuff. Like for example, if you don't have prerequisite knowledge of how MongoDB and Spring Boot works, this article is of no use for you, okay. Now let's see what a blog post. Wait a second. Okay, so these are my blog posts only. I have written them. So you can see I have used various memes. There are very funny memes which I have used. There is on analogy which I use. See, so these things when you are using a story to represent to like if you are using a story to for your article to explain it to a broader audience, even if you don't know anything about single threaded how JavaScript work, if you come to this article, of course you are going to take something with it. So these type of article which targets a broader audience probably don't require prerequisite. These type of articles falls under the category of blog writing, okay. So this is like the basic difference. Now let's come to seeing how they are different style or structure wise. So as I mentioned, there is no strict style or structure which you need to follow for a blog post. They can be casual, conversational, you are talking to an audience and all those things, but in an article you need to follow something which I will say it should be us in a structured way. You have to deal with all those things like how your audience is feeling about the article. You have to be very, very specific about the grammatical mistakes and all those things. You can't afford to make those mistakes because that will be a very big dent to your image. Okay. So the formality and detail, of course, that's what I said in a very first point only. The detail which you are going to get in the article, in a technical article, is very different from a detail which you are going to get from a blog post. Because a blog post is going to be casual, it's in a relaxed and personal way. But an article should be strictly written, and the you should stay strict to your points only. You should not like wander around. Okay, so this is the basic difference between technical writing and technical articles and blogs, to be honest. And all those things like you guys must be on LinkedIn and Twitter. The people, whatever people post on Twitter and LinkedIn, if they are those things come under the category of blogs. And if you go and see the documentation of W3 School MD and Docs, those articles they come under the category of technical articles. Okay. Now see, uh, I this is a very important point. Proof of work. Everyone here who is like attending this session must understand this, that these technical articles they are very important, because they are not only, you should not only take it as a career, as a profession, because of course you can take it, but this is not the whole important thing here. Okay, if you are writing something, you are like, see, if I'm a recruiter, I go to a LinkedIn page or a Twitter page and I see that this guy has a link here that go to my Hashnote page, go to my Medium page where I have published more than 40 articles, 20 articles. If I go and see that yes, this ये बंदे ने भाई लिख के रखा है जावास्क्रिप्ट के बारे में, Python के बारे में, then I will be like, I will be more relaxed that yes, I can hire him because I know that this guy knows about these stuffs. Otherwise he can't write those articles, because if you don't know, then of course, like if you know, then only then you are going to write it. Okay, so these are the, like, this comes handy when you are going to apply maybe as a technical article, or whatever your field is. So for example, you are a front end developer and you have written several articles about React, maybe DOM manipulation, like virtual DOM, use state, user. You have documented your whole journey there. Okay. So if a recruiter comes and visits your Hashnote page or your personal blog page, and he sees that this guy has written all those things, if they might go through them. Okay. So if they are going through it, and if they are seeing that yes, this person is the one who you can trust, because there are a lot of fraud people roaming here and there. Okay, they are applying for the jobs and all those spam people. So this will help you stand out of the audience. This helped me stand out of my audience, because uh, let me share one thing. When I joined my first company, which where I'm working now as well, so the interviewer asked me that how did you prepare for your interview. Okay, so I have curated all of my backend journey in my Hashnote page. I have, you can all go and visit there. I have whatever I learned, I used to publish an article over there. So I got 3 hours to prepare for my interview. I just went through all of my articles, and I was very much sure that of course I am going to crack those interviews. This is also a very important part when you are writing an article, when you are maintaining consistency. You can just go through them during interviews and those rounds. There are different rounds. System design round, you can go through your system design articles. If there is a technical round, you can go through a Node.js article. If there is front end interview, you can go through it. So of course, if you write those things, they are going to come handy to you only. And see, portfolio importance. If you are making your portfolio strong, what do I mean by portfolio? By portfolio, I mean uh, the article which you are writing, you should be consistent. ऐसा नहीं कि 2 दिन लिखा फिर नहीं लिखा, 2 दिन लिखा फिर नहीं लिखा. You should be consistent. If you are writing an article and you have more than 40 or 50 articles published, then wherever you apply, even if you apply for a technical writer position in draft.dev, there are a lot of websites. I'll be talking about it further in the session. So if you write about those things, then you have a importance, like you have a portfolio already built. So sometimes they ask, have you written any article previously? They ask, have you written articles, blog posts? Is it about describing a project? Is it about describing a topic? All those things you can just use your article there. You can just say it, give it to them, like, see, I have written it. So your article are your biggest asset, which I think your biggest asset is. So yes, this is how proof your article is going to be worked as proof of work. So okay, I don't know why this image is not showing, but it's very interesting. So let's see. There are a lot of platforms nowadays. Okay, so Hashnode, Medium. I think Medium is the like the oldest platform here, and in Medium, people don't only write the article about their what to say, not only technical articles are there. Some chefs write about their recipes and all those things. Medium contains a lot. It serves a broader audience. Okay, so Hashnode and dev.to are two platforms which are more tech heavy. Okay, so you are going to get a community. Hashnode is specifically built for engineers. I use Hashnode only. I have my account on Hashnode. So I will suggest you to use of these three, and then you guys can choose which one suits you, which is better for you. I think Hashnode or dev.to. I will not suggest you guys to go for Medium, but Medium has this one advantage, that opportunities of monetizations through partners. Okay, so if you are writing those articles, you might get some sponsors over Medium. Your in Medium there are a lot of articles which you can't read if you don't have a subscription. So that thing also, I think Medium has an edge over there. But other than that, the engineering community is very active in Hashnode as well as Dev2. Dev2 is a bit new, but I use Hashnode most of my times. And see, if you are writing consistently, you will be getting sponsor offers. Okay, so basically I got an offer from a company who asked me to review their app and write about their application in one of my articles. So I will suggest you to not do these kind of things in your personal blogs, because it makes a bad impression when you are like, because this is your learning. Okay, you are documenting your journey. So if you are doing sponsor works, I will not suggest you, unless until and unless it's some good tech thing. like a good company. Probably if Apache comes to me and asks me that use API 6 and then write an article about it, of course I will be going to write about it, but not for any of those companies who are going to say 2000 le lo and come. No, I will not suggest you to do those things here, because this is your personal portfolio and you can't afford to upset your audience or probably the recruiters, which if they are going to say that this guy has written so many sponsored articles, then they will think that no, he's not interested in learning, he's interested in money and all those things. Okay, so the community part is very strong in dev.2, though it is a bit new, but dev.2 is, and also one more thing, Hashnode has this pretty challenges happening every now and then. They organize hackathons, they give away. So you can choose Hashnode or dev.2 or Medium, anything after using it. There was this meme, pehle इस्तेमाल करे फिर विश्वास करे, but I don't know why is it not showing up. Okay, let's go to next slide and see. If you guys have any questions, you can just ask in the comment section. Okay, I will be more happy to answer all those questions, because a one-sided conversation, one-sided sessions are not interesting at all. So you can just ask them in your comment sections, and I will be more than happy to answer you. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. Okay, so what are the essential skills for technical writers? Okay, so now you know what platform you need to choose, what skills you need to learn. Okay, first of all, I will ask you all, as it is technical writing, don't go without knowing a particular tech stack or particular programming languages or probably anything. Just learn something first, then and only then you are going to apply all those things. Okay, so you have to uh, like technical articles are those things which have the ability to explain complex problems. Okay, like concepts, complex concepts. So there is a program called Google Summer of Docs, where you are going to work as a technical writer for 3 months, and Google provides you something like 3 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs of stipend. So there, what you have to do is you have to just update the documentations, like uh, okay, what kind of guidelines should we follow while doing technical writing? I didn't exactly get what do you mean by guidelines, but I will suggest you to follow a proper structure while writing an article. There should be an introduction, there should be a conclusion. You should divide your main body in separate parts so that you can cover it one by one. You should use images and diagrams while proceeding your articles. Yes, yes, I will be Sai. I will be coming about AI tools. Uh, I will be talking about it in my session only. I have added those slides. So let's move back to the question. Uh, Okay. So clear and concise writing. So that's what I meant. Like use active voice. As I said that in blog post there is no strict path of following those things. There is no strict path of writing those articles. But when you are writing a technical article, when you are writing a documentation in any open source repo, you have to use active voice, simple sentences, as simple as possible. Okay, now audience understanding. Let's see what you have to first of all build your audience. Okay, don't think about writing a perfect article in your first article. You're not going to write it. Of course, I was also very poor in my first article. Everyone who started, you have to start from somewhere. Okay, you have to start from zero and then go to 100. You can't just jump to 100. So first of all, you have to write all those articles. Start small, and then as you progress, you need to understand what your audience wants, what changes you can do. Can you add memes? Can you how can you hook them up? Because nowadays the attention spam is so less. Everyone is onto Reddit and Instagram, so they are not used to reading a 6 minute 7 minute article. So even I have seen some articles as big as 200 minutes, 196 minutes. They are like gem, they are like literally book. So if you want your audience to get stick to it, then you have to make your article interesting. Okay, so I will suggest you all to make it to keep it light most of the times, because you will be catering to a broader audience if you do it. So let's go. Okay, as someone Sai, I think Sai asked about AI. So yeah, of course, if you have AI, you are going to use it. ऐसा नहीं बोलना है. I see a lot of tweets like I did this without chat gpt, I did this without Gemini. अब क्यों कर रहे हो भाई? You have those things to for your time. See, if you have more time, you can do more productive work. So all those things are to save your time. So there is OpenAI, there is ChatGPT. I will not say you to just blindly copy and paste everything from those platforms, but of course they can be like pretty good in providing a structured way of writing those articles. They can be pretty good in correcting your grammars. They can be pretty good in, like, see, for an example, I will be writing an article about DOM manipulation. I know those things. I have built project about it, but I don't know how to proceed. So you can just go to ChatGPT and just give a prompt that hey ChatGPT, I want to write an article about DOM manipulation, but I don't know which topics to cover. So just give me a concise of the summary. Like what do they say? Like content page wo de dega. You have to just write the main stuff. Okay. So you will be getting the topics. First of all, you have to cover the introduction, what is DOM, then you have to cover what is DOM and all those things. Then how is it different, why use it. Then it will just provide you the contents and you have to write it by your own. And sometimes the draft summaries and conclusions can be a bit like if you write a 10 minutes or 12-minute article, the conclusions and all those things can be hectic sometimes. So you can use it to, like, for a fine tuning process for precision. Not, I will not say just go and blindly copy paste it, so that article will be not yours, it will be ChatGPT. Okay. So all those things, if you're attaching some code, if you're giving some what to say, some diagrams or all those things, you should be technically accurate. For those purpose, you might use GPT. uh, okay, so if you guys have more questions, you can ask. AI, I answered Sai's question. Sagarika here asked me about guideline. I said whatever I had to. uh, okay, can we use Google Images and uh, codes? Yes, yes, yes. See, basically, as I said, in Hashnode, there is you can add your codes. Okay, in dev.to also you can add your codes. Like I will be sharing my screen and showing you one of my article. I have added all those things. Yes, you can for sure use Google Images and all those things to generate images. Okay, let's go to this visual aid software. Okay, this is a very important thing, and I think most of the articles miss this. Wait a second. Okay, so what do I mean by visual aid software? So basically, visual aid software are those things. I don't know how many of you know about Excel Draw or Eraser. Please just drop in the comment section if you know about it, or otherwise I will be just sharing my screen to show you what it is. Do you know about Excel Draw? Do you know about? Let me show you. See, this is Excel Draw. You can you can generate these beautiful diagrams. Okay, so I just wrote an article about REST, SOAP, WebRTC, GraphQL. So here you can just come and generate these beautiful diagrams. Okay, and you can just draw it by yourself. If you have a deep knowledge about a particular thing, of course you will be easily drawing it. And even if you don't have, see, there is an AI option. Okay, see, text to diagram. You can just write a text that I want a diagram of how REST work. I want a system design diagram of this, that, and it will be generating you pretty good images. Like, see, and I have used this type of images in my article. I have used this particular thing in my last article only. See, in this article I have used this. So how soap works. Request goes, response comes, soap endpoint. It uses HTTP, it uses HTTPS. The response is in JSON form, XML form. So these are some tools which are going to be very much handy in your in your writing journey. Also there is eraser. Eraser is also pretty good. There is also AI option. uh, it varies from, I think, I am logged out. Let me log in. I will show you how eraser works as well. See, I did made a system design here of how one of my project looks. You can generate these pretty cool diagrams. Okay, so if you add it in your article, na, what will happen that if a person has a 30-second of time span, if he sees that there is a pretty good image, of course he's not going to get away. Like बचपन में क्या होती थी, if you have a book which have a lot of images, a lot of cool things, then of course you are going to read it. But if you have a plain book with no images and all no those things, they are boring, right? So I will suggest you guys to use Excel Draw and such, what eraser, all those things. They come pretty much handy when you write articles. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, so these are the data visualization tool I was talking about. Okay, here is chart. So basically, in few articles, you might have to use charts and graphs and all those things. There is open source software for it. Let me share it. This is Apache Graph. Apache eChart, sorry. So basically, these can generate pretty good charts and pie charts. A lot of things can be generated using eCharts, and it is open source. It is of course free of charge. You can generate these kind of things for your articles. For like if you are giving a data, you can generate it. So yes, I will suggest you guys to use Apache eCharts, Chat.js. There are a lot of alternative as well. Okay, so if Excalibur is there, Eraser is also there. So you just have to find what suits for you. I use Excalibur most of the times for small diagrams because it is pretty good for small diagram. But when it comes to large thing, I use this Eraser. So you guys can choose what you have to use, but adding images and all those things are going to be like very helpful in your article. It will be making your article more, what to say, interesting and not boring. Let's go. I don't know why the images are not showing. Okay. Okay. Basically, as far as I remember, this image says that पैसा ही पैसा होगा, Akshay Kumar meme. Okay, so let's see how your article can pay exactly. How technical writing can be. uh, okay, hands on blog लिख करके बताना, of course I can do it, but I will be doing it in the next sessions. Like hands-on blog can be. I will be showing you one of my articles, and of course, I think in your rebase thing, they asked you to write a blog post about your project and how you guys made it. So I'll be sharing one of those article. You should follow the structure which they provided. I think I will be sharing that link as well. So okay, so basically, how can your article pay? Let's talk about it. See, basically, I will not suggest you all to go for full-time technical writer positions because, see, as much as we don't accept it, but AI is too advanced now. So all these writing things and all, it might take your job. But no, of course, there are going to be a lot of freelance opportunities. There are going to be a lot of companies who need technical writers. You can go to platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and all those things and apply for technical writer job. Even LinkedIn also is a very good source, but I will not say you guys to just click easy apply and then leave it on the fate. You're never going to get a reply if you do those things. You have to reach out the recruiter. If you have to reach out the company. You have to find their emails. You have to email them. You have to what to say, you have to परेशान कर देना है भाई, follow up कर करके, because everyone is busy out there. Everyone is busy, so you have to if you want to stand out of the audience, you have to do out of the box things. Okay, so you have to ask them that why they if they need it or not. Even if they don't need it, you have to convince them that you are the best. You have to prove them that you are the best and nobody is better than you. So if you are going to freelance, like if you are going to work as a freelance technical writer, you have a lot of like free time, the projects are very managed, and there is a lot of diversity, and I don't think like there will be a lot of challenges if you are going to work as a freelance. Okay, there are platforms like draft.dev. Let me show it to you. See, draft. See, they pay pretty good. Okay, they pay around $500 for a single article. And why do they do? See, basically, they are just a third party organization which, what to say? Like, see, if you apply there to be a technical writer, they will be replying you within something like, I think, 15 days, and you will be rejected. Like what happened with me is, for the first three times I got rejected, and fourth time I got selected. So keep applying. I will suggest you guys to keep applying even if you got rejected, if you don't get any mails. So what they do is they just take your articles and they sell it to these pretty good companies. See, Loft Lab is there. So what do they do is, let's see, there is a blog. There is supposed to be a blog thing here, where all of their articles. See, I don't know where is it. I think. Let me check. Blogs here. So see, let me show you the blogs. These blogs. You're not working in Loft Lab, okay? You are working in what to say? Working for draft.dev, and they will be outsourcing your articles to Loft.lab, and they pay around $500 to $600 for a single article. Okay, say, but these are of course very, you are not, you don't expect yourself to get into it as soon as you start writing. Of course you need to build a very good portfolio. You need to have, yes, yes, doubt le raha ho. Basically self-host platform works, okay, it works, but I suggest Hashnode, because Hashnode is a lot of uh, user friendly. You have a very good you get codes, you can highlight your articles and all those things. I personally use Hashnode, but I suggest you all to, you can just use each one of them and see like which one works for you, where you have your audience, where you're getting most what to say, likes and comments, engagements. So you need to use those platforms. Okay, so I showed you guys draft.dev, but there are a lot of similar companies which work. Okay, so just go and find it. You have to do it for yourself because no one is going to come and do it for you. See, let me show you the pricing. This is okay, you have to contact them, but this is for, I know that they pay around $500 or $600. So for a single article, I'm talking about a single article, that's pretty good amount of money. So I will suggest you all to just uh, once you build a good portfolio, once you have 25, 30 articles published, you can go and apply to these places. You can, if you want to go in deep in technical writing, I will ask you guys to contribute to open source. There are a lot of documentation which needs to improve. MDN docs, if you guys know how it what it is, then every one of you knows that MDN docs is best resource if you are learning any of the topics, database engineering, all those things. And people like you and me contribute to those pretty good platforms. Okay, so don't hesitate to go and contribute to them. There is Google Summer of documentations as well, so you can apply to it. And pricing strategies, okay, so this is a very important topic if you are a beginner. So basically what happens is companies try to exploit you. Okay, so basically when I joined Laxlet, they asked me that how much should I go. So they said an x amount of money, and I was not satisfied. So I just countered them with a 3x. I said that I want 3x. So they went from x to 2x. Okay. So you need to know what your rates should be. You need to be aware of market rates. You need to aware of like whether the company is Indian or not, where is it funded or not. If it is funded, then how much can it afford? Because you just can't go and like आग बंद करके तीर नहीं चला सकते. Okay, so you have to be very much aware of those things. And I think salary negotiation or like price negotiation is one of those things. As much as you grow, as much more experience you have, you will be comfortable in these things. And I think if you want, to mm, ask them for a good amount of money, then you have to be very much, your portfolio need to be very much strong. You need to have 25 to 50 article published. Your article should gain more and more engagement. Whatever platform you are on, probably on Hashnode or Medium, you should have good amount of followers, because these things, like what they represent, that yes, this guy is good, this guy can do good, he knows how to write, he knows how these stuffs work. So yes, this is how you are going to price yourself. And aware of market rates, guys, because I see a lot of people just ask any amount blindly. That also don't work, because you don't know what market rate is, then of course you're not going to pay it. uh, any one of you have any questions regarding this slide, like how you're going to approach for freelance opportunities? You can just ask in the comment box. Do you have any questions, guys? I don't think. So let's see what is next. So I think in the rebase only, you guys have to write a article, right? A blog post about your project. Let me. Okay. Okay. Where is it? Let me share that link. I don't know where is it. Okay. Wait a second. Odija, can you just share that link? Uh, Wait, let me drop it in the. I Okay. So let's just see what this link says. So basically, as in your rebase hackathon, you need to publish a blog post. This is the this is last one of the last part of the competition. So let's see what there is a template given here. You guys can just go and see the template. So I think this is the structure which is already provided. Okay, so things like proposal or template, there are already some template which you guys need to follow. These templates should be strictly uh, followed, because see, what you have to do is, first you have to write the name of the project, your team members, the description of the project, tech stacks, challenges faced. Of course, this is a very important part. Okay, guys. So challenges faced is what makes you like. Of course, if you are building a project, you must have faced a lot of challenges. So do I will suggest you all to do write it, though it is optional. Public code repository link, yes. So I will suggest you all to make your repository public. Don't like do not share the private repositories. And so see, what is a demo recording? Okay, so the recording can be, if you have a front end extensive project, you can just show your front end thing. And if your back end is very much extensive, you can just record your postman uh, and all those things, how your postman is working, how is it handling the REST APIs. And see, there is a sample submission. So just follow this. I think it is pretty well curated. And let me show you one of my article which I have written about one of my project which I built. This is okay. So, first of all, I will be showing you my first article which I wrote. See, if you just go through this article, there you might get there are a lot of grammatical errors. There are a lot of structural problem, like how I didn't know how to structure my articles, and it was more of a blog post, not an article. Okay, this was a blog post, and after that article, this is the latest article which I wrote, which is like 3 days ago. See, there is a lot of difference between that article and this article. I have grown in this time. Okay, so I would suggest you all to like be consistent. Uh, because if you are not consistent, of course you're not going to learn. You have to learn from your audience. You have to understand what your audience wants. So see, this is an article which I wrote about a short URL project which I built. So it is a very basic project. It just shortened the URLs. So this is how I approach. This was a proper article, so I have written about the codes. I have shared my code and how to connect and all those things. But as in your submission, you need to mention about your project only. Okay, so no need to share codes here. Uh, but see, this is this in this way also you can do it. After, you can just share any of your project, and you can just say any of your project, you can just write an article about it. And uh, like if you have an article about any of your project now, then if you want to attach it in your resume, in your CV, so what happens is, whenever you go for an interview, the interviewer asks question about the project which you have mentioned in your CV or your resume. So in that case, before going to an interview, you can just go through the article which you have written by yourself. Then it will be very clear, like what sort of questions an interviewer can ask. So yes, this is all. If you want, if you guys have any question, you can ask. If you guys have any more questions, I will be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Okay, so I think this is all. If you have any of your questions, I will be more than happy to answer. And I have my Twitter link here. You guys can get connected with me on Twitter, and I will be more than happy to answer in your like in DMs as well. You can just text me if you have any problem, if you want to get started, or if you are stuck somewhere. Uh, okay. Let me see if I missed. Okay, so first question was about guidelines. Okay, so guidelines, what I understood about guideline is you have to structure an article properly. Okay, you have to like readme.md. You guys, I think most of you know about what readme.md is. Whenever you write a readme.md, you have to mention everything about your project, how to get started, how to set up, what your project deals with, what open source library your project uses, what tech stack uses. So you have to approach your articles those ways only. Whatever you are learning, if you are learning operating system, if you are learning a new concept of DSA, if you are learning a anything new, you must go and publish an article about it, because it is a proof of work for you. Okay, you are like see what happened is, the current job market, nobody is going to recognize you, because everyone is, you have to be above average, you have to be the best. So if you want to stand out of the audience, if you want to be like what to say, if you want the recruiter to see you in a different way, then you have to do things in a different manner. You can't just go and copy people, and you want to be, you can't just go and do DSA dev. Yes, those are important things, but if you are writing about it, this shows that you know that stuff. Okay. Mm, what kind of guidelines? Okay, हो गया. Can we use Google Images? I said it. Self-host platform. Yes, you can, if you want to buy a domain, and even Hashnode supports it. Okay, you can just buy a new domain, and you can just use it in place of Hashnode's domain. So yeah, doubt. Okay, हो गया. Uh, I don't think you guys have any more questions. So uh, I think we can wrap it up. Odrija, hello. Hello, Aditya. You can speak. Okay. So yes, if you want anything, if you have any type of question, any sort of questions, you can ask me in my Twitter only. You guys can just scan this QR code, and I will be available. I am mostly available on Twitter. So yes. Uh, okay. Bye everyone.